Hello and welcome back to Simply Me. So in today's video, we're going to talk about divorce. The D word, divorce. I went through a divorce ooh, last year? Was it June last year? But let me start from the beginning. Um, I got married when I was 22 years old. I got into the relationship. Now, this is not going to be a bash my ex. No, because there are children involved. There are children involved, and my main goal is to protect my children. They're going to see this maybe someday. And what I'm not going to do is bash, but I am going to speak truthfully. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I got married in December 2012. I was 22 years old, young, young. So I don't know if I probably wouldn't have done that knowing hindsight being 2020, right? I probably wouldn't have done that knowing what I know now. I'm in my 30s now. So 22 is young. It's young to get married. It is very young. And I was just beginning to know myself. And so we were married for about 7.5 years. So we separated August 2019, and the divorce was finalized June 2020. So during that time, even before the separation, the relationship was very rocky. It was rocky. And I guess on both sides, I'm not going to put all the blame. I probably wasn't the best wife, you know, I could have been or whatnot, but I know that I did my best. So the relationship was rocky and I knew it was going to end. You just try to hang on because I think I was trying to hold on because I did not want to disappoint, right? We don't want to disappoint. We have children, and also I was, and this is a dangerous thing too, because we were in the church and some things had been prophesied, right? To me, to him. And so I wanted to hold on to that. And I'm saying, like, okay, God said we're this, we're going to do this, such X, Y, and Z together. So I'm gonna hang on because I want to see this thing through. But it didn't work out that way. It did not. I was very unhappy, and I'm sure he was too. So, and I was not fulfilled. I was not fulfilled in any aspect of the marriage. And so I knew it was going to end. And there were some things that were done that was very hurtful and probably on both sides. But I knew the marriage was going to end, and it did. August 2019, he moved on out. And that was okay. Um, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that it was easy. It was a cakewalk. No, baby. Mm-mm. It felt like that. It felt like it was painful. It was very, very painful. And I couldn't understand it. You know, I don't think I questioned God much. I don't think I questioned God much. I just was, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I questioned him much about the marriage ending rather than why it hurt so much. So I wasn't too much hung up on why the marriage ended, but I just did not want to feel the effects of it, right? Nobody wants to feel pain. They don't want to feel rejection. They don't want to feel, bad. So I think that was my main thing, was I did not want to feel the hurt. The things in the manner the things had been done, said, very hurtful, very, very hurtful. And so I didn't want to feel that. And I was in a very dark place. I must say, I was in a very dark place. And I don't think I'd have ever been there before. I was in a relationship prior to my marriage where, I was cheated on. And I don't think that hurt just as much. And I think the duration of the marriage was longer than that span of relationship also. And the dynamics of it was different. Yeah, it was a whole marriage. So I understand why it hurt that bad. And then you have certain expectations for people who say they're a certain person, and then when they don't meet up, and then maybe that's my fault too, because I had expectations. So, but needless to say, it was a tough time, and the only reason why I think I got through it is because, one, I had my faith. I stood on that thing. I stood on that thing. And two, I had a support system. And three, my children, I would say. So this video I wanted to do to encourage you. If you're going through the same thing, I know it hurts. It hurts like all get out. It does. It's going to feel like you want to die. I felt like I wanted to die. But God, let me tell you, baby, but God, the pain, it won't last. The darkness, it will turn into light. Let me tell you, baby, you're going to live again. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to get through. It may seem like right now that you cannot see a way out of it, that the pain is unbearable. The pain is real. We're going to acknowledge that. It's real, but you can get through it. You can absolutely get through it. It's going to be okay. My faith, I think there were two main scriptures that got me through it. And that was Isaiah 61 and Romans 8 and 18. So Isaiah 61, well, I have Romans 8 and 18 pulled up now. Excuse me. And it says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." Listen, you're going through a dark time. You're being tested. Your faith, your strength, everything about you is being tested. But trouble does not last always. And there will be glory after this. There is going to be glory after this. In Isaiah 61, and there's a couple verses in Isaiah that I wanted to read. And one of them is, you can read the whole thing, but verse 3, "To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified." In verse 7, For your shame ye shall have double." Now, baby. "And for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them." And so those two scriptures, help me get through it. It's going to be okay. In the thick of it, in the middle of it, I didn't think I was going to make it through. I did not. It hurt so bad, and I did not want to feel that pain, but I made it through with my faith. And second, my support system, my church family, and my kids' godparents, who are also my kids' godparents. You know, you need somebody who's going to pray with you, pray for you, because it's tough. It's tough, especially being left with 2 children and you just got to make it happen. You're going to have to make it happen, and that's okay. It's going to be challenging rebuilding and finding yourself again, but that is okay. And I remember our pastor always tell me, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And so I hang on to that, and I'm passing that on. It's going to be okay. I am proof. It'll be okay. When I tell you at the beginning of last year, I was depleted. But now I am watching God restore. Let me tell you, He is a God of restoration. He is restoring my faith, my confidence. And I'm so excited about that. But let's not harp on that too much, because I'm beginning to be a little emotional, and I told myself not to do that. So, and then again, a support system. You need a support system. So I have that. So it could be your mom, your sister. I had my sister. I had my mom, because your moms. Moms are going to be like, well, But, and my sister, they ready to ride. They ready to bust the windows out the cars and everything. And I'm like, no, let's bring it down. Let's just let's just let it slide, But yeah. And then my children, when I didn't feel like going on, I knew I had to, right? Because these little people depend on me. Who else are they going to depend on? Not the parent who walked out. Ain't no depending on that. So they depend on me. It's so funny. I looked at my baby the other day. I was like, "Oh, girl, who do you belong to?" And she says, "To you and my dad, but mostly you." She depends on me. They depend on me, right? So I can't give up. There is no giving up. There is no walking out. I don't have that luxury, right? So I have to make it happen. So yeah, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be hard. But what you need to do, baby, is gird up your loins and take it day by day. And then before you know it, you're going to be like living, breathing, and look at you. You're going to be living without the person you thought you couldn't live without. So it's just a matter of just going through that season. And I'm not completely out of that season yet. It's much better now. It's a little easier now. But I do know that I have great things ahead. Great things are ahead, and I can look forward to those things, right? We look forward to doing things. Oh, and another thing I did forget to mention is counseling. I started going to counseling. That's okay. We could be believers and go to counseling. So I started seeing a counselor, a therapist, right? Because one thing I want love again. I do want to get married again, but I don't want to bring the same foolishness from the previous thing into my new thing. I'm not doing that. So I wanted to work on myself also. So I've been divorced officially since June, and I'm not dating yet, but but I want to. But I do want to take my time. I don't just want to jump into something just to be jumping into something. Number one, I'm raising two girls, baby, two young queens. So I'm not just going to just bring people in and out. I'm not doing that. That's not what I want to do. So, and I want to date, but I want to date with a purpose. I don't want to just, I mean, you can take me out to dinner or whatever, but we not just going to be taking up all my time and it ain't going nowhere. No, I have my children to tend to. I have my studies to tend to. So, but I'm excited for the dating thing. My therapist asked me, "So, girl, you dating?" I'm like, "No, I'm not dating." Yeah, she's like, "Well, why don't you do the online thing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'll try it," but and I never did. But I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to do this quick video just to kind of encourage you. If you're going through the same thing, if you're going through a divorce, if you're going through a breakup in general, it's going to get better. It is going to get better. It's taken me almost 2 years. So, well, it's been a year and a half. It's okay. And I can say that in that time I've grown. I have grown. I have grown. Um, and I know what I want now. I'm 30. When I got married, I was 22. The same things I tolerated, accepted, overlooked in my 20s, I'm not doing that in my 30s. So that was a learning curve. And would I want to go through it again? No. No, no, no. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make the same mistake again in my 30s that I made when I was 20 years old. No, I'm not doing that. I don't want to go backwards. I want to move forward. I want to raise my children. I want to raise emotionally, physically, intellectually healthy, mentally healthy children. That's what I want. So I don't want to go backwards. I'm going forward. So that's that. And I'm excited about my new life. And it just is what it is. At this point, I can say that. I did have people telling me to stay. And if I stayed, I don't think I would be sitting here like this talking to you because I wouldn't have grown any. For the longest, I did feel like I had stopped growing. Like my growth had stubbed. Is that what they call it? Yeah. I wasn't growing spiritually, physically, mentally. I was stuck. And when I got out of the marriage, you know, things began to change. And people would say to me, "This is the Mija I know. This is the Mimi I know. Like you look different. You talk different. And that was confirmation in a sense that it was okay. I didn't go into the marriage looking to get out of it, but it's just is what it is. It happened. You know, it is what it is. So we're just making do with what we have. But I do believe God has someone special for me. I can feel it in my spirit. You know when you can feel something in your spirit, like my spirit connects wherever He is. I don't know where He is, but my spirit connects with His spirit. Praying the other day, and I was just like, "Oh, I feel my spirit connecting with His spirit." But that's just that. That's just that. You're going to get through. It's going to be okay. You're going to smile again. You're going to love again. You know, it's going to be okay. So I know we did a little deep dive, but it's okay. So I'm excited to see where Simply Me is going to go. And thank you for watching. Hi guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell.